This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the Black Americans versus Black immigrants is something to be studied in this modern age because the coming together has not been smooth. There seems to be conflict. There's a lot of misunderstanding because there are cultural differences. For instance, we are taught that when we go to somebody else's home or homeland, that the onus is on us to be respectful to the people of that home or homeland. It is not our job to suddenly become an authority on those people of what's wrong with them, what they do wrong, or whatever they need to do to improve based on what we think, or more importantly, based on some stereotype we heard from some white people. As Black Americans, we have seen white people come to the United States as immigrants from other parts of the world, whether they come from France, Russia, Poland, Czechoslovakia, England, Spain. They come to the United States, they find their place, they assimilate into white society if they want to, or they might even stick to their own communities. But you never hear them critiquing white Americans. There are poor white Americans, there are racist white Americans, there are uneducated white Americans, there are white Americans of every persuasion that you can think of. But you don't get this divide from the immigrants that come to the United States. They are respectful of white Americans and they benefit from white supremacy and get on with their lives. So, as Black Americans, we wanted more Black people to come to the United States and advocated for that, thinking that they would come here and do the same thing. But we have not had that good fortune. What we get mostly from these Black immigrants is them coming over here competing and coming up with all kinds of stereotypes, adding to stereotypes, and getting involved in very petty, circular arguments about who we are and who they are not. And they try to undermine us even as they take advantage of every resource that is supposed to be for us. So Black Americans have just been worn out dealing with these people, trying to understand them, trying to get along with them, only to realize you can't. You can't get along with people that you don't understand. You don't understand where they came from. You don't understand their situation. You don't understand their motives. You just don't get them. And they're not even trying to get you, even though they're in our homeland. Yes, this is our homeland. So a large number of Black Americans have just decided we are done. We're just going to delineate from these people, let them create their own path. But the main goal is to keep them out of our business. Now, what this has done is created confusion in the children of these Black immigrants, and they really don't know where they fit. They see themselves as Americans, as they are. They see themselves maybe as Black Americans, as they are. But they are not foundational Black Americans or American descendants of slavery or freedmen or whatever we're calling ourselves. And it's our business. Whatever we decide to call ourselves is our business. So anyway, I want you to listen to the children of these immigrants and listen to the dilemma that they're facing.
I seen a video of this girl saying that if you're a non-Black American, then you shouldn't be in certain conversations and stuff. And I agree to a certain extent, but I'm coming on here to talk about the identity crisis that I've been having as someone who grew up in America, born and raised, has Jamaican parents, but I still don't know where I stand. And I feel like a lot of people who are Caribbean American can probably relate to this, because I definitely grew up in Black American culture, even down to my accent. I have a New York accent, I don't have a Jamaican accent, so I'm very much aware of what Black Americans have had to go through. That's all that was taught to me in my history classes going to schools, and I'm very much an advocate for Black American struggles and stuff like that. And please, if I'm being ignorant or if I'm missing the point or whatever, y'all can comment and let me know if I'm just missing the point. But I feel like I can participate in these conversations. Maybe I can't, but I feel like I've grown up in it. I know a lot. I'm an advocate. Yeah, I have Jamaican parents, but like, bro, when people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from Brooklyn. Like, I don't say I'm from Jamaica because I'm not. So I don't know. And it's also the whole like, I feel like I don't belong to either side like 100%. Like, for example, if I'm hanging out with Jamaicans, right? One, they hear my accent, they hear my New York accent, so they're probably like, okay, she probably not from Jamaica for real. And then once I tell them that I'm not from Jamaica, like I wasn't born there, now I'm a Yankee, now I'm this, now I'm that, right? But whenever I'm around Black Americans and stuff, like 100% Black Americans, they don't treat me no way. But I feel like they might be feeling like, oh, she from Jamaica, or like her family's from Jamaica, so she doesn't 100% understand. But it's like, I do. Maybe, I don't know. It's an identity crisis. That's really what it is. Like, I wish that on them forms when it says Black or African American, I wish that they would just fucking put, I don't know, Jamaican American, I don't know, but, or Caribbean American, something. But I just be so confused. So feel free, Black Americans, Caribbean Americans, feel free to comment. I really want to hear from Black Americans. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah.
So there are several takeaways from this video. She seems pretty young. She might even be in high school or college. But she says that Black Americans are saying that if you are not a Black American, you don't need to be inserting yourself in certain conversations. And she's right about that, because Black Americans have noticed that these Black immigrants are coming sometimes with mean spiritedness, sometimes disingenuous, and in some ways trying to undermine our culture, especially when we speak with pride about our culture. They want to come in and take some nasty little pot shots. So Black Americans are saying, we're delineating, we don't need your input, don't comment. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that because she's born and raised in the United States, she's not embraced by Jamaicans. So that is one of the reasons that they disparage Black Americans. They're trying to be accepted into their Jamaican culture or Nigerian culture or wherever they came from. They're trying to impress those people with the idea that no, I'm not really an American. I am a Nigerian, or I'm a Jamaican. So they talk down to Black American culture. So Black Americans are saying you're going to have to try to make the best you can out of your Jamaican culture or your Nigerian culture or wherever culture you came from, because you're no longer welcome in this culture. And it might seem harsh, but I think it's necessary. And she basically verified what I said, because she ended by saying she wishes that there was a category on forms in America where she could just mark Caribbean American. Well, America is not going to indulge these immigrants. They're either going to come here and find a place with what's already here, or if you want to be a Caribbean or a Jamaican or Nigerian or Ethiopian, those places are still there. You need to go to those places, go home. That's the best thing for you to do when you're undergoing this kind of identity crisis, because it's not fair to us to let you come here and undermine what we're doing because you're trying to uphold a homeland and express pride in a people that you don't know anything about. You probably don't even go there that often to be saying you are a Jamaican. So that's a dilemma that Black immigrants have to go through. They want to come over here and take advantage of what America has to offer. Specifically, Black American want to come over here, disrespect us, take resources that are for us, and then want to turn around and talk down to us. So now they're being faced with the reality that you are no longer welcome in this culture. Create your own lane, and if you can get the Census Bureau or whomever creates categories to create a category for you, good luck. Here's another perspective on the same idea.
Okay, I have a question, and I am welcoming every opinion on this. I just got a DM and somebody told me, stop speaking on Black issues. You are not Black. They are right. I'm not Black. I'm African. But does that disqualify me from speaking on Black issues that also affect me? And now I'll give you a little background on me. I'm from Africa. I came to the US in 2012. Been here ever since, have never gone back to visit, nothing like that. I did all my schooling here, learned English, learned a lot of things, and I am now a citizen of the US. I still speak my first language because of my family. I am very accustomed to American life. I eat the food, I listen to the music. Almost everything about me is American. I grew up here and have spent more time here than I have in Africa. I am treated as Black in this country. I'm seen as Black. Issues that affect or are strong in the Black community also pertain to me. I'm talking about colorism, texturism, featureism, all of it. Are those issues that I'm not allowed to talk about because I'm not Black American? It is a very hard thing to talk about and understand because it's confusing. I see myself as African because that's just where I'm from. I don't know, now I just feel like I'm just saying whatever, but actually I do want to talk about this because I feel like that's the reality of a lot of Africans that grow up here, especially the ones who aren't that close to their culture anymore. If you relate to me or have anything or opinions or whatever, feel free to comment.
So this is a very beautiful, well-spoken young lady, and she's expressing the same thing. She's an American. She's a Black American from Africa. She didn't even say what country. So she's identifying as African. There are a lot of Africans here. They can create their own ethnic group if they want to. And then they can talk about colorism within the African community in America or however they want to do it. But the point is, they've been invited out of Black Americans' business, and I think they should respect that. Y'all, let me know what you think about this. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a good evening.